Good afternoon, good morning, everyone, depending on what time zone you're in. I want to give you update number 11. I did want to thank you for following along as we take this journey through whatever this virus does to a person. I just happen to have the firsthand experience, and hopefully, you guys don't get to have this experience, but if you do, at least you're not starting from scratch. And as we go along these videos, we're learning from each other, right? I don't know any more than you guys know, but as I experience these symptoms, you guys experience the symptoms. Um, I have not officially been diagnosed with this. I did get tested last week, and the test results have not come back yet. So, still awaiting the results. I was hoping they'd come in today, but more than likely it's probably going to be all the 7 days before it comes back. So that would be, I guess, Wednesday. So hopefully by Wednesday we have some answers to this thing. So again, I have not been officially diagnosed with this. I do any suggestions that I make here are based solely off of what I am trying out. The suggestions that I get from comments, from inboxes, things that I've found to work and things that I've found not to work. As these symptoms pop up, again, we're just going through this together. So by no means am I an expert on any of this. I am just living this, and you live it as I live it. So wanted to throw that out there because I did get some comments saying that I'm doing some things that are wrong, which of course I am. I have nothing. There's no roadmap for this, right? So as I get things wrong, I'll let you know that I got them wrong, or you guys let me know that I got them wrong. We're doing this together. All right. So I did take a break yesterday, but I wanted to update you on some things that I am experiencing. I did have a whole lot of energy a couple of days ago, the last time I posted. Compared to what I had been feeling, I feel great, right? Definitely don't feel 100%, but I feel a lot better than I did um, 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago on this day, I realized I was in a lot of trouble, and I went out seeking medical attention 14 days ago, and I ran into the harsh reality that there is no medical assistance for this, right? The sobering reality that I found out was that even if you get admitted to the hospital, there's no treatment for this, right? There's no treatment. There's nothing that they can do for you. If they put you on a ventilator, it's specifically meant to keep your lungs expanding and contracting. That's it. So I was not expecting that. Usually you expect to go to the hospital and you expect to get better and be treated for things, and then you come out. The reality of this thing was something different, and that's when I started making these videos. So I definitely feel a lot better than I did 14 days ago. This is day 16 of dealing with this now, and in the middle of it, I wasn't sure that I was going to make it. Sometimes you know, I'm here to be honest with you and here to tell you the truth. There are times where I still feel that I could slip back into that. So I wanted to update you on some of the symptoms that I still experience, some of the things that are pretty long lasting that are still there and not going away. So yesterday, I developed a very, very dry cough in the morning. I felt good in the morning. I feel like I have a lot of energy in the morning. And usually about an hour or 2 hours after that, I start to get a tickle in my throat. And yesterday that was the case, and I developed a very, very dry cough, and it lasted the entire day. Mysteriously, it went away about 8 o'clock, right? Right when things start to, at night, this gets much worse. And last night, the cough just went away. So I'm not sure. It seems like I'm continuously chasing these symptoms, but some of the things that are consistent are the cough seems to be there at least every day. Whether it's in the beginning, middle, or end of the day, it seems to pop up. I have developed a nasal, it's almost like having a sore throat, only it's in my nasal cavity, in the back of my nasal cavity. Very dry, very raw, very sore, and I haven't found anything to do for that, right? It really hurts. So I'm not sure what that is. I haven't seen anybody else dealing with that, but anyway, it popped up the last couple of days, and generally at night, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I have a very sore nasal cavity, only deep in the back of it though, with no way to find relief for that. So that's there. I do still feel I can feel my lungs. I don't know if that's scar tissue. I don't know what that is. But generally, when you're breathing, you don't even notice that you're doing it. But I can physically feel my lungs, and they feel heavier, if that makes any sense. I feel like I have decreased lung capacity. And I'm not sure the best way to describe it other than that. But I definitely feel like my lungs I can feel them, and I feel like there's damage done to them. So once my test results come back, I'm gonna have to go back in and do some more tests when I'm not as contagious to see what kind of long-term effects that may have. So definitely don't feel like I get as much air as I used to before, but I don't feel like I'm struggling for air most of the time. Sometimes I do, but I definitely don't feel like I did when I first started making the videos. It just feels like some residual effects are there. The soreness has died down. The body soreness and body aches have died down. They're not as prominent as they were, but they're there slightly. They're there slightly, and some of that may be just because I'm in my room all day. You know, I'm in my room. I'm sitting. I'm laying. I'm walking around, but it's not anywhere near at least the exercise that you used to get, even just going to work. So some of that could be due to inactivity, but I still feel body aches and joint aches. So in my chest, I still have pain in the upper part of my chest, which, if you remember, this is where I started experiencing pain before. I still feel pain, and the pain is here and it's in my back, right where I experienced it when we first started looking and making these videos. Um, it, it can be a sharp pain. It can be a constant pain, but definitely you feel that pain if you try to take a deep breath. And I do deep breathing exercises where I expand my lungs as much as possible to not let them stagnate and try to fight whatever damage was done to them. So I do take, and when I do take those deep breaths, you can definitely feel the pain. It's just in the front part of my chest right here, and right here in the backside. So all internal, but um, you know, something was done. Something was done. If this is not COVID-19, then I have a serious respiratory illness that I need to be treated for, um, which has always concerned me from the beginning, right? Because as somebody suggested, it could be another respiratory virus. And if that's the case, then it's been running its course now for 16 days. So, and, you know, because of the contagiousness of COVID-19, I didn't get tested for anything else. So it's just assumed that I have this. But we'll find that out in a couple of days. So hopefully, regardless, I can be treated for whatever if it's COVID-19, I'm not going to be treated, right? It's just run its course. But if it's something else, then I could be treated for something else. So we'll see. Although I do experience every symptom that you could possibly experience with this thing. So if it's not COVID-19, which in all honesty, I really hope at this point, since I feel so much better, I don't feel like I'm out of the woods. I still have pressure in my chest that scares me, right? Um, I still hope that it is this virus so that I can say that I have the antibodies finally, and I don't have to deal with the COVID-19 issue at least until next year. Because this was bad enough, and I couldn't imagine if I were to get COVID-19 on top of another respiratory virus, what it would do to me. So I'm hoping that that's what it is and that this is on its way out. I definitely still feel whatever this bug is in my system. Again, at night, it's not as bad at night, but it still happens at night. The coughs. The other night, I was freezing out of nowhere. On the day that I said I felt good, as soon as it turned 7 o'clock, I was freezing. And my son was looking at me and saying, "It's not cold in here." And I could not get warm. And I crawled under the comforter and I finally warmed up, only to wake up a couple hours later shivering under the cover. So it's like I just keep chasing these symptoms, but it's not as bad as it was last week. So this virus is insidious. It doesn't want to go away. It definitely hangs on. It's a tough virus, man. It is a tough virus if that's what this is. I am still feeling the effects of this thing, but nowhere near as bad, right? So hopefully we're still continuing to go on the path to getting rid of this thing. So that's where I'm at. That's what I've been feeling. Today I have been coughing a little bit. The only time I really get a tickle in the throat and want to cough is, again, generally towards the evening, but yesterday it was during the day. But most of the time it's in the evening. I have not had a fever the way that I have been having a fever. Just different symptoms that I just seem to chase. And the scary part about this is that, like after 2 weeks, I expected to be on the mend, but I can still feel this thing inside of me. So, this thing, I guess, can last up to 3 weeks. So we're in the week 2 already. And hopefully this week, I'm going to continue to drink the hot fluids, the lemon, hot water, get plenty of rest at night, take hot showers. I have more masks on the way. I was concerned that, I use these masks and that I'm possibly just keep sticking this virus right in my face, right? But I think the prevailing thought is if you're developing antibodies, and antibodies would be able to fight it off, right? So I'm not sure whether that's a thing or not about reusing your mask. But if it is, then somebody please tell me. I have medical professionals out there that are watching this, and I do appreciate your input. So that's where we stand today. We're going to keep working through these symptoms as they come along. I'm not 100% out of the woods yet. I still do psychologically feel it, but I think we're definitely on the mend. Okay. It just takes a while to get there. So day 16 after developing symptoms, and we're still fighting through it. All right. So otherwise, you guys stay in the house, stay safe. Thank you for your prayers and your support and your comments. Thank you for following along. I do appreciate it. And hopefully I get the test results tomorrow and I'm able to share them with you. And if not, we'll just wait another day, and hopefully they'll be in by then. All right. Okay. Thanks. Stay inside and stay safe, guys.